Michelle Hudson. Yay! I'm so happy you're here. Michelle and I did our first breathwork training together. Oh, Sarah, you're in Michigan. Yay! How long are you here for? Harry, Leslie, hello. Tiana's here. Summer, Stephanie, hello. Long time no see. Amy. Ah, look at everybody who is here. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump in. Um, Everybody can see my screen. You can see the slides. Okay. It took me about 25,000 tries to get all of this working in my favor. So I'm glad that it's working out. But I just want to thank you guys all so much for joining in, whether you're joining live or watching the recording. This is the first biggest virtual event that I have ever done. I had 45 people sign up total. So secretly, I have been almost crapping my pants all day. But I am so excited to be here. And wherever you guys are watching from, you know, there was something that pulled you to this masterclass, whether it was the free breathwork that you're doing in this masterclass, or it's just really learning about burnout. And maybe you're in a spot where you're in burnout or you've experienced burnout before. And this is one of the main reasons why I'm doing this masterclass because I've been there. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So a little bit about my story that I really want to share is really why I created this masterclass. And it's because I have been where so many of you have been. Um, Even within the last year, I have been experiencing burnout and just doing all the things, working harder, pushing, trying to find my purpose. And it just constantly waking up tired, waking up fatigued, feeling so disconnected, not just from myself, but from my family, from my kids, and just feeling depleted. I didn't even have energy when I would get done with my workday to even just like do the dishes. It's hard. And when we're in the burnout, it takes so much energy out of our system. And I feel like my relationship started to get strained. I was constantly irritated. Who here can relate to that, where you get home from work and just every little thing will just set you off edge? I was physically at one point before I started jumping into my full entrepreneurship, which I've been in and out with since 2021, but really just full in, went all in January of this year. But before that, I would be surviving off of 2 days a week, or 2 days off every single week. And that wasn't even 2 days off in a row. And what was really hard with that is on those days off, I was just so tired and exhausted that I couldn't do anything. It was like I had to recover and I still couldn't recover. And I knew that I was meant for something more. I was just stuck. I was stuck in what society says I have to do and all of the things to be able to just work and live life, living that all-American dream. I thought that, all of this was my fault. I thought that I had to push harder. I had to do more to just be able to be successful. And that's when I found my breath and I started using it consciously and everything changed. And I've been working with breathwork since January of 2020. So a little bit of a backstory with this. In January of 2020, my friend came to me and she's like, "You should try breathwork." And I'm like, "What is breathwork?" She goes, "Well, we listen to this loud music and we do this breath pattern and some people scream and some people cry." And I'm like, "That sounds terrible. Well, why do I want to do that?" She's like, "You just need to try it." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I go, I try it, and it was the most fantastic feeling I've ever felt my entire life. Like the only way I can really explain it is when I walked out of there, I felt like I took like 5 shots of tequila without feeling drunk. Like I felt so alive and confident in just who I was. And so I'm like, I need more of this. So I go back, I do it a second time and hated it. And when I say hated it, it was only because I felt like I wasn't getting anything out of it. I felt like I didn't have this big aha moment. But little did I know that big aha moment came months later, because that's when I started going down the rabbit hole of wanting to learn about breath work. What is breath work? What does it do? How does it work in the body? Why did I like it one time and didn't like it the second time? And that's what led me to taking a breathwork training, which I had no idea then that I'd be standing here today. Even a year ago, I had no plans of doing what I'm doing today. I always wanted to use breathwork and share breathwork, and I would just keep doing events and doing events. And it has finally led me to just healing so many parts within me to build the confidence and courage that I never thought that I even had, to be able to finally start to do what I'm doing today, standing here in front of, I mean, I don't even know how many people's here live, but being able to stand here in front of all of you live and then those who are watching the recording, I never once would have thought that this was possible. And that's where everything just shifted and changed. And that was my aha. It's not always in the breathwork journey. And so today, what we're going to talk about understanding what burnout really is, understanding that it's not just physical exhaustion. If you guys can make sure that you are on mute, please. Thank you. It's not just physical exhaustion. We're going to learn how burnout impacts our health, our purpose, our boundaries, and even our relationships. The number one mistake that people make when trying to fix burnout, because it's not always just rest. And then we're going to go through about it's with a playlist, it's about a 28-minute long breath work that I will be guiding you guys through, and we'll be doing that towards the end. And then how to use breathwork to live in alignment with clarity and confidence. And then towards the end, I will be talking more about the breathwork certification program if anybody is interested in that. And there's a special gifts and offers for any of those who do want to join. And so you're probably here because you feel like a shell of yourself. You probably feel like you're just walking every single day and you just have no idea what's even happening. And you wake up, go to work, come home, make dinner, go to bed, and it's just on repeat every single day. And you're not broken, you're just burned out. And burnout isn't just a job problem, it's a body problem. And this is stuff that we'll get into a little bit more. So, signs that you're living in burnout. You wake up already exhausted. How many of those, show of hands, wake up after 9 hours of sleep and you're still just so tired? Yes, yes. You can't rest even when you try. You've lost joy, clarity, and connection. You're overwhelmed, short fused, and easily triggered. This is a big one for me. I would always be so easily triggered. You crave purpose, but you feel stuck in survival. And burnout doesn't just live in your mind, it lives in your body. So chronic burnout floods the body with cortisol and adrenaline. This keeps the nervous system stuck in fight or flight, even during rest. The brain can shrink from chronic stress, and studies show that long-term burnout affects the prefrontal cortex, which is our decision-making part of the brain, and the hippocampus, which is our memory and emotional regulation. Burnout increases risk of heart disease by 40 to 50%. Like that's a substantial amount right there. Your breath becomes shallow when you're burned out. So just take a moment and just check in with yourself. How is your breath right now in this moment? When our breath becomes shallow, this signals danger to the brain and keeps us stuck in that stress response, in that stress loop. Stored stress impacts immunity, digestion, and hormonal balance. Burnout often manifests as gut issues. So those of you who do experience gut issues, chronic gut issues, it can be a sign of chronic stress and burnout. It can also affect our sleep, creating anxiety and brain fog. Burnout often comes with freeze, not just fight or flight. So oftentimes when we think of like nervous system dysregulation, we think of stress, we normally start to think of we're in that fight or flight mode. But when we have those days where, like I had mentioned before, on my days off, where I feel like I can't do anything, I am stuck on the couch, I can't move, that's because I'm in that frozen response. And the vagus nerve is the key to healing. So this is a wandering nerve that runs through the body from the brainstem all the way down, and it controls our parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest, and the functions and breath work helps to really activate the vagus nerve. How are we feeling right now? I'm just going to check in with the chat real quick. So if you're dropping stuff in the chat, and I love everyone just staying connected in there, that's awesome. But I do tend to get very distracted by the chat. Yes. All right. So if this is you, it's not your fault. With burnout, this is a biological. It is not a mindset failure. And so let's start diving into the nervous system and dysregulation. So when we're in fight mode, you may feel angry, irritable, controlling, easily frustrated. Your body can start to feel tense. Typically we start to tense our jaw. We start to pull up on our shoulders. Our shoulders will start to round forward, maybe even making a fist. You might even feel flushed and hot in the body. And the core belief with this is I have to protect myself. I'm under attack. And that's why we start to do this. And some examples of this, if you're stuck in fight, is snapping at your partner, arguing over small things, and feeling like everything is a battle. And what's really happening is your nervous system perceives danger and tries to create safety by pushing back or fighting for control. And if you're in flight, and just know that we don't always have to be stuck in one, we can fluctuate between all of these different dysregulations. And so if you're in flight mode, you may feel restless, anxious, overwhelmed, or even panicked. Your body, your heart will start to race, your breath becomes shallow, and you have a difficult time even staying still. And the core belief with this is, I have to get away or I'll lose control. And what's really happening here is your system feels unsafe and is trying to run from the stressor physically, mentally, and emotionally. Freeze. And this is one that I mostly resonate with the most, is that numb, shut down, stuck, hopeless, disconnected feeling. You feel heaviness, low on energy, difficulty moving or even speaking. And the core belief is it's too much. I can't do anything. I'm powerless. And some examples of this is scrolling endlessly. How many of you in the evening, yeah, show of hands, sit on your phone and just start to scroll? You don't even know what you're watching anymore. You're disassociating, you're not returning texts, another big one of me, and canceling plans. And so there is a difference between canceling plans because you're just checked out and canceling plans due to boundaries, which is that would be something for a whole nother masterclass. But there is a difference between that, and it's really discerning the difference in your body and what you're feeling in that moment. But what's really happening is your system has overloaded and goes into shutdown to survive, protective, and pause. And then fawn. This is another one that I also resonate with. I kind of go between the two mostly. You feel this is the people pleasing, anxious to be liked, afraid of conflict. Your body starts to feel tense in the chest, maybe a tight throat, and smiling through discomfort. The core belief with this is if I keep everyone happy, I'll be safe. And some examples is saying yes when you want to say no, over apologizing, abandoning your own needs. And as far as like the whole saying yes when you want to say no, how many times, and just as an example, do you apologize if somebody accidentally runs into you? Yeah, somebody runs into you accidentally and you look at them, you go, oh, I'm sorry. Why are you sorry? You didn't do anything. And so what's really happening here is your nervous system seeks safety through connection or approval, even at the cost of self. Yes, Hudson says, sometimes I think just watching healthy and educational stuff is good, but it can be a different way of dissociating. Yes, 100%. It's just another way for us to distract. And most burnout solutions don't work because they don't touch the body. So for this one here, a lot of it, like talk therapy. Talk therapy is great. I'm not doubting talk therapy by any means, but that only works with our head. That's only about 10% of our entire being. And we forget that everything else is stored in the body. Every experience that we've ever been through is stored in the body. Affirmations. So all of those, oh, just say affirmations in the mirror and everything will be fine. Well, it might work for a moment, but you're not actually getting to the root of what's going on in your body. Vacations. Vacations is another big one that people often think, oh, I just need a vacation and then I'll be fine. But then what ends up happening when you get done on vacation? You come home and you get those Sunday blues because you've got to go to work the next day. And then you almost need that vacation from a vacation. And so the real path to healing is embodiment. And through the breath, we speak the body's language. Because burnout lives in the body, you need to get into the body in order to truly heal burnout. And breath work works from the body up. You may have heard the term of the bottoms up approach, and that is I cannot speak. That is exactly what breath work is. It not only supports to move and heal trauma, but also supports other functions of the body as well. So other things that breathwork can help support with is lowers blood pressure. And this is a really interesting one because I actually tested this out and I took my blood pressure one day and I think it was like 126 over 81. And then I took my blood pressure immediately after breathwork and it had dropped down to 114 over 78. That's a pretty good drop. Could you imagine if you just did breathwork every single day? If you're on blood pressure medicine, you could probably even get off blood pressure medicine. And the whole thing is when people say, well, high blood pressure runs in the family, but you also have the option to change that story. And you get to also do that when you start to work with the body. Breathwork also boosts immune system response. It helps to improve the sleep quality. It creates a deeper connection to self. It can help cultivate a sense of inner peace. And it also increases access to insight, creativity, and inner guidance. So again, breathwork is a trauma-informed, body-based healing modality. Basically, we're working with the body and moving our way up. So when we're doing breathwork, we are not attached to the story of what's going on. We're not attached to, oh, work just sucks right now and it's busy. You're actually going in the body and you are starting to move some of that energy up and out of your body. You're starting to regulate your nervous system, accessing that safety to help support your body. And so why breath work? Well, breath work is accessible at any given moment. You can add breath work while you're doing the dishes. How often do you actually stop and pay attention to your breath? Probably not very often for most, and that's okay. It's because we're not taught to. But if you can just start to make more of that conscious effort to start to pay attention to your breath. So when you're standing there doing the dishes or even driving in a car, just focus on your breath and notice how your breath is feeling. What is the depth of your breath? Where is it going? And just bring that conscious effort to it, and it will almost instantly start to bring your nervous system back into more of a regulation. Breathwork helps to move energy, not just in the body, but out of the body as well. Breathwork can down-regulate our nervous system, but it can also up-regulate our nervous system. So when we're in that fight or flight mode, we need to down-regulate our nervous system. When we're in more of that frozen, we need to start to up-regulate our nervous system. And breath work, depending on which type of breath you're doing, you can down-regulate or up-regulate your nervous system. And then by using your breath, you don't have to talk about it. You just breathe, which is the amazing part. So this is just some of the things that clients say after doing a breathwork journey. Wow, this one journey did more than 10 years of therapy. I had no idea I was still holding on to the past of what my mom has done. Thank you. 1 hour of breath work. That's it. I realize I need to quit my job. I am way too stressed and unhappy and wanting something else, but never believed I was capable of following my dreams until now. I had one client who just recently decided to quit her high paying job and just go all in on herself. Like, that's huge. I have been doing breath work for over a year with you, and I can say I now let myself cry and feel my emotions without stuffing them down outside of breath work. I'm sure that is supposed to say I slept the best I have ever slept after the breath work. My mind, for the first time in a long time, is calm and clear. I had been wanting to shift careers for a long time, but unsure what I wanted. During breathwork, I realized what I wanted to do and went home, applied for the new position, and the next day they freaking called me. Like, you can also use breathwork to manifest your desires and your dream job. All right, let's do a quick check-in. How are we feeling? How is this landing? Yeah. All right. And I will leave space at the end for questions. This is great info. Yes, glad it is resonating. Yes. Awesome. 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 All right. Are we ready to do some breath work, guys? I am so excited. So with breath work, just a few things I want to go over. You can do this seated. You can also do this lying down. I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen share. Actually, no, I'm not, because if I do, I might not be able to get back to it. So we're just going to leave this up. Anyways, so just a few things that I want to go over before we dive into the breath work. You can do this seated or lying down. If you do stay seated, I do recommend that there is something behind your back to help keep you supported, because when we're going through breath, you might notice that you might feel a little dizzy or lightheaded, which is totally normal. And as we're moving through the breath, some things may come up for you. And one of the most common physical sensations that may happen while you're doing breath work is feeling tingles in your body. You might feel it in your hands. You might feel it in your face. You might feel it in one part of your body and not the other part of your body. You might have this high sense of buzzing or vibration going on. You might even notice that there might be some cramping in your fingers. You might feel it in your face or in your feet. And if that happens, deepen your breath, slow down your breath, and then come back to the breath pattern if and when it feels safe for you. If the cramping does happen, know that that is also normal. That is a normal part of doing breath work. Not everybody experiences it, but some people may experience it. Emotions. If emotions come up, let yourself feel the emotions. You might feel the whole spectrum of emotions. You might go from feeling maybe sad to angry to all of a sudden just feeling pure bliss. There are some sessions where you might go through the whole session feeling sad. There might be sessions where you're just cracked, your heart is cracked so wide open that you just feel so blissed out, grateful. So just allow your body to guide you through this. Allow yourself and just permission yourself to release the thinking mind and get into your body and allow yourself to experience what it is that your body needs to bring to the surface, because your body is the number one healer. Your body is so incredibly wise and it knows exactly what you need. And that is exactly what you're going to get out of the breathwork journey. Um, so the breath patterns that we're going to be focusing on today is going to be, we're going to play with a couple different ones. So just starting off, we're just going to start off lightly, just starting to notice our breath, noticing the gentle inhale and the exhale. And note that I will be guiding and cueing all throughout, so don't feel like you have to remember any of this. From there, we're going to transition into just more of a deeper inhale and exhale, just really pulling in the inhale through your nose, exhaling out through your mouth. So just a deep. allowing your breath to stay connected at the top and bottom. So you want it to become more of a circular pattern. From there, we're going to transition into a 3-part breath, which is going to be all open mouth breathing. You're going to breathe into your belly, up into your chest, and full exhale. And this is one where you get to play with it. So maybe you breathe 50% of your breath into your belly, 50% of your breath into your chest, and then a full exhale. Maybe it's 40% into your belly, 60% into your chest, full exhale. But allow yourself to stay present and stay conscious with this breath. It can feel a little awkward, especially if you've never done this breath pattern before, because it's not your normal way of breathing. So just know that that is normal if that thought is coming up. Another thought that may come up, because in the first few moments, your mind is still going to be running a million miles a minute. And one of the stories that may come up in that time frame is, am I doing this right? And I just want to say that yes, there is no right or wrong way to do this. There is only your way. So just keep focusing and stay present and conscious with your breath. So that breath pattern, you're going to breathe your first breath into your belly, second breath into your chest, and then full exhale. So you'll go. Okay. This isn't a race, so listen to your body. I want you all to really focus on pushing your edge, but I don't want you to jump off the edge. Okay, so if you get to a point where it's very activating and your body is telling you it's time to slow it down, slow it down. So you're the one in charge of this breath work. Okay, so listen to your body with that. We'll do that for a few songs, and then we're going to come back into that deep breath in through our nose and deep breath out through our mouth. And the reason for this is because when we're doing that activating breath pattern, we're actually activating our sympathetic nervous system. And so then when we come back to that deep breath in through our nose, deep breath out through our mouth, then we start to activate our parasympathetic nervous system, which is starting to teach our body safety. And what's beautiful with this is when we're doing this in a breathwork journey and we're staying conscious with it and we're consciously activating our sympathetic nervous system and then consciously activating our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest, that's where we start to teach our body how to do it naturally outside of breath work. After we're done with that breath pattern in through our nose, out through our mouth, then that's where I'm going to invite everybody to just release all control of your breath. You might even notice in that moment that you don't even feel the need to breathe. Your body's still breathing. There is so much oxygen flowing through your blood in that moment that that's sometimes why we feel like we don't have a need to breathe, but you're still breathing, I promise you. And just let yourself enjoy. Let yourself go where it is that your body needs to go. And let's go ahead and get started. Does anyone have questions before we begin the breath work? Go ahead and just drop them in the comments. If you do, if those of you who can keep your cameras on, I would love for you to be able to keep cameras on. That way I can read the energy of the room. All right. Thumbs up, you can hear my voice and the music. Awesome. Go ahead and allow yourself to get comfortable. Gently close down your eyes or have a soft gaze. And just take a moment and allow yourself to land. One question that I missed is, are we doing any screaming? No, we won't be doing any screaming, but if your body needs to scream at any point, by all means. And as you settle into the space, just start to notice your breath. Just noticing the gentle inhale and gentle exhale. Begin to allow the outside world to just begin to drift away. Let it soften. Nothing else matters in this moment. Start to bring awareness to the parts of your body that's making contact with the ground or the surface beneath you. Feel the support. Let it hold you. And with each breath, allow yourself to drop in even deeper. And now I want you to imagine, and when I say imagine, maybe that's knowing, seeing, feeling. And imagine roots growing from the base of your spine or the soles of your feet. Thick, ancient roots. And these roots are growing down, extending into the earth. With every breath, these roots grow deeper, stronger, anchoring you in. Holding you into a space of safety, stability, and presence. And now as you inhale, breathe in grounded, nourishing energy from the earth. As you exhale, release the tension, stories, and burnout. Let it drain into the soil where it can be composted into wisdom. And now just beginning to deepen your breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Deep circular breath, pulling the breath in deep into your belly, opening your mouth and blowing that air out. That's it. That's it. Allowing your breath to clear the dust. Wake up what's been asleep. That's it. Keeping your breath moving, you are safe. Burnout dims your light, but your body remembers how to shine. Let it start here with your breath. That's it. As you breathe, imagine your heart warming, glowing, lighting from within. You are not here to shrink. You're here to rise. And let that be your prayer with each inhale, breathing it in. That's it. And you deepen your breath just a little bit more. That's it. Here in a moment, we're going to transition to the 3-part breath, all open mouth breathing. And when you are ready, let's begin. Breathe into your belly, up into your chest, let it go. Allowing this breath to begin to energize your body. Rise, expand, and release.
You've been walking through the fire, carrying dreams and buried desire. You look
Letting your breath and the music be your guide.
hiding behind a brave face. You've been told you're not enough, that you're too soft or not tough, but they don't see the storm you've braved or the battles you've quietly faced. So take a
That's it.
breath and let it through. There's no one else who can be you. No one is you, that is your power. Stand tall in every single hour. You don't have to prove your worth. You've had it in you since your birth.
That's it. Keep your breath going. Let your breath remind you who you are. You don't have to do it all. You just have to be you.
You who you're meant to be, perfectly imperfect, beautifully free. So take a breath and let it through.
That's it. Belly, chest, exhale. Starting to feel the sensations pulsating through your body, feeling your aliveness, your truth, your power. That's it. Burnout comes when we betray our truth. Let your breath bring you back home to it. Every breath is a reclamation of you, your energy, your time, your worth. Let the world see all you are. Even the wounds become your stars. No one is you, so rise. That's it. That's it. Let your body feel the truth of your uniqueness. You are powerful. You are needed. Keeping this breath going. You've got this. belly, chest, release. Might even start to move your body. That's it. That's it. Allow the old narratives to fall away. Those stories that said you had to be perfect, or please everyone, or keep going no matter the cost. You are safe. Safe to write your own story. That's it.
With open eyes, I'll face the unknown. This is my life, my words alone. And when it's done, when I'm no more, my story lives forever stored.
That's it.
I'll write my own story, every
You are safe. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself go deep, deeper into the body, deeper into your knowing. What would your story say if you wrote it from power instead of pressure? That's it. The final song with this breath pattern. Keep it going. You are strong. You are capable.
So I held on when I should have let go. I learned silence doesn't mean healing, and sometimes it's okay to say no. I gave too much to people who drained me, tried to fix what was never mine to mend. I wore a smile
That's
when
it.
I was breaking. Strength meant never bending in the end, but pain taught me how to listen, and heartbreak turned into wisdom. These are the things I wish I knew sooner. Like you don't know the world you light when you're dim, and falling apart's not a failure. It's where the real rebuilding begins.
That's it.
Myself isn't selfish. That saying goodbye is sometimes a win. These are the truths I carry like armor. Things I wish
Letting yourself feel it all. Being fully present with what is arising.
To people who never really saw me, I dim my spark to keep the peace while burning down pieces of me quietly. Tried to earn love through perfection, but it never made me feel complete. Now I know flaws are just reflections of the soul learning to be free. Now every scar tells a story of how I learned to
And you go just a little bit deeper with your breath, perhaps turning the dial up for the final minute.
like it's okay to walk away from the crowd. That peace is louder than approval, and it's brave to speak your truth.
I've got you.
That time won't heal.
You're not alone.
Keep hiding, and it's safe to break, to scream, to cry. These are the truths that save me from drowning. Things I wish I knew in time. You don't have to shrink to fit into their world. Don't trade your fire just to be there, girl. Forgive yourself for not knowing before. are the things I wish I knew sooner. Like how strength leaves in softness too. That every ending brings a lesson, and
That's it.
every fall brings something new. That love begins with your reflection, and you deserve the love you give away. These are the truths I whisper to my younger heart when I don't know what to say. Yeah, these are the things I wish I knew, but I know them now.
Slowing the breath
That's
down
enough to get me through.
until you slowly release this breath, coming back to the in through your nose, out through your mouth.
You don't need to explain.
And that's it. In through your nose, out through your mouth.
Give yourself permission to rest, to breathe, to grow, to let go of perfection and just let your true self show. It's okay to slow it down. It's okay to say not
That's
now.
it.
You
Stay
got
present with yourself, with your body,
in your power.
letting yourself feel what is here
You're
now.
not behind. You're on your path. It's not too late to love yourself back. Give yourself permission to shine without fear. To let
Perhaps
the
you even place a
scars
hand on your
fade
belly and a hand on your
and be
heart
right here.
and just feel
Give
yourself.
yourself permission to heal, to break, to rise. You are enough. You've always been the light. You don't owe them a version that makes them more at ease. You are not too much. You're exactly what you need. Take the time you need to feel. Rewrite the words, make it real. This is your story, your soul, your song. You've been strong all along. You're not too late. You're just in bloom. The world's been waiting to meet all of you. Give yourself permission to shine without fear, to laugh, to cry, to dream out loud, to be right here. Give yourself permission to heal, to break, to rise. You are enough. You've always been the light. No more shrinking, no more shame. Take up space, speak your name. You are powerful, you are wise. You are the fire they can't deny. Give yourself permission to walk your own way, to breathe in peace and let the past fade. Give yourself permission to live and love out loud. You are enough and you are proud. Give yourself permission. You already know how. This is your time.
Taking 3 more of these deep breaths, and maybe they're just a little bit deeper before you let it all go, releasing the breath fully. Letting yourself rest in stillness, the stillness that follows your breath. Feel the way your body has shifted. Something is lighter. You've made space. And now I want you to imagine a version of you not far away, but just a few steps ahead. They're standing right in front of you. radiant, grounded, free. And there's a glow in their eyes, softness in their shoulders, a strength in their spine. And this is a version of you who has healed the burnout, who no longer runs on empty. The version of you who leads with presence. Watch how they move, how they breathe. What are they doing differently? What boundaries have been reclaimed? And what does rest look like for them? Now, this version in front of you smiles at you as they remember everything you've walked through to get here. And they want you to know you are not becoming them. You already are them. And this is you, returned. And go ahead and ask this version of you, what do I need to remember? What do I need to release? What is my next right step? Now, gently bring that version of you into your body. Let them merge with you, merge with your heart. Feel their strength in your chest, their clarity in your mind, and the freedom in your bones. And just slowly start to inhale deeply. And as you do, inhale the words, I am free. Exhale, I am home. Inhale, I am free. Exhale, I am home. One more time. Inhale, I am free. Exhale, I am home. As you slowly start to bring some awareness back, just starting to notice the ground and the support underneath you. Feeling the weight of your body. And perhaps you start to wiggle fingers and wiggle your toes. Maybe even gently stretching your body. And just take as much time as you need. And just slowly start to blink open your eyes. As you start to come back, coming back into the space. Mm. Welcoming you all back. Whew. How we feeling? How we doing, guys? Yes. And I'll share the playlist in the email with the recording, Sarah. You'll all get it. Unstuck. Ooh. Woohoo. I love it. Stunning, incredible, fucking amazing. Calmer. Yeah. Relax when you were previously tense and stressed. You guys, this is the power of breath work. That was only, the full active breathing part was only 20 minutes. Not even. Not even. That's all we need. You don't even need that much time. You can do it in 3 to 5 minutes. All right, let's just take a moment, and I kind of feel bad jumping right back into things when you guys are in this beautiful, soupy goodness. So maybe take a quick sip of water and we'll start to finish things up. Felt your higher self fall into your body. Lisa says relaxed. Yes. Ooh, so many great ideas, Summer. I can't wait to hear about it. Yeah. All right. So what life feels like without burnout. More clarity and energy. Rest without guilt. This is my favorite picture here, guys. Space to respond, not react. And I chose that picture because if somebody's screaming in my ear, typically we would probably react versus respond, right? And you're starting to get just a glimpse of the power of breath. And I know many of you have breathed with me before. Um, it's Breathwork is an incredible tool. And so if today's breathwork spoke to anything within any of you, just know that this is just the beginning. And I want to just open up and let you guys know about my breathwork certification training program that I am doing. So it is a 8-month long trauma-informed certification. It's normally 6 months. Our official kickoff call is in October, but there's a couple weeks in August and September with the option to join me for recording the modules in real time. So that's why it is 8 months versus 6 months. But the official kickoff call is October. And this is designed to help your healing and teach you how to guide others. So whether you want to come and join this container to just deepen your own healing and go on your own deeper healing journey, you don't have to join this if you do not, or you don't have to join and go and facilitate breath work. If you want to just come and do breath work and learn more of the depths about breath work, that is an option. If you want to come and learn the depths of breath work and go and facilitate, that is what I'm also preparing you for. And so what's included is we'll have live calls, there's practices, peer connection, community. Ryan is on here. He has joined the breathwork training. And then we have the opportunity to have a soul-led business and make a living doing what it is that you love doing. And so right now, the price for everybody for the MasterClass is $4,000. That does equate to $500 a month for an 8-month payment plan if anybody needs a different option. But you must book a call within the next 48 hours to claim this discount. I will drop my Calendly link in the chats, but you will also receive that in a follow-up email that I will be sending out later tonight. And again, we start August 13th. That is for watching the modules in real time. And then a special gift of 6 private breathwork journeys to the first 5 to say yes to the breathwork training. So that is something that I sat with over the last couple of days because I really wanted to be able to gift you something more tangible than just a savings on the program. And so we'll do 6 private breathwork journeys together. It'll be weekly, so it'll be 6 weeks long. Private, it'll be about 1 hour, just you and myself. I'm starting to lose my words here. But yeah, that is that is all I have. I do want to go ahead and open up the floor. If anybody has questions, if you want to just even raise your digital hand and we'll come off mute. I'm going to stop the screen share. Perfect. How we doing, guys? Good. Anyone have questions? Or anything that you want to share even? No? Everybody's great? Thank you, Tiana. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Hmm. You guys, my heart is so full right now with everybody here. Yeah. All right. Well, nobody has questions. We can be done early, but otherwise, if anyone wants to come off and chat, come off and chat.
I'll ask a
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
Um, Breath work, like you said, it's different for me every time. This time I found myself like yawning a lot, and I've had
Mhm.
that in the past before. Is that normal? Does that mean I'm really tired in my body and I'm yawning it out, or any thoughts on that?
It's a form of release. It's just a form of release. I have some sessions where I just yawn the whole time, and then there's other sessions where I don't, but it is just another form of release.
Okay. Yeah, because it's almost like distracting because I'm yawning so much, and then I can't focus on the breath like while I'm yawning. But
Yeah. One thing that I find that has helped me if yawning is starting to become more distracting is start to like have more of an audible exhale. So start sighing it out a little bit more. So as you're exhaling, just and just let that go. But again, it is just a form of release.
Okay, good to know. I'll keep that in mind for
Yeah.
next time. Thanks, Chelsea.
You're welcome. Thank you. Day and time for the live calls. So the calls for the live modules is going to be on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. There's going to be two of those a month for August and September. And those are optional. You don't have to show up for those live because they're going to be recorded and put into the membership site. But outside of that, the live calls are going to be on when we kick off in October. It's going to be on Saturdays at noon Eastern time. Leslie asked a question. We don't join now with this. Yes, so thank you for pointing that out because I missed that question. Yes, Leslie. So this will be something that I plan on offering every 6 months. So the next cohort will be April of 2026. Yeah. The live calls are going to be I'm going to tell everyone to plan on 2 hours, just so that we have time and space. Some weeks it might be an hour and a half, but I just want to make sure that I, we have the space if it does go longer than an hour and a half, especially if we're doing more community work and partner work and connecting and chatting and deep conversations. So I would plan on 12 to 2 for the live calls. Yes, I'm excited, Hudson. And yes, I do offer payment plans. So if that's something that you're interested in, Sarah, oh, let me drop the Calendly link and then I'll put that in an email as well. And just go ahead and book a call if you're interested. And then we can chat more details of what would work best for you.
Am I able to share for a moment?
Yes, absolutely.
One, just to be your little cheerleader for a moment. Your voice is fucking amazing. Like
Uh,
it was leading me the whole time. It wasn't too much and it wasn't not enough. Very calming. And even when I was like freaking out because my body was like vibrating on all levels, you kind of kept me there and focused. And also giving me the feeling of like if I need to slow my breath down but still doing stomach chest, it still kept me in that like vibrating state. I legit saw myself, my higher self, glowing gold with gold eyes in
mm,
like linen clothes, just like relaxed, like he knew everything and was just like, bro, just follow me, relax. And then legit right before you said let your higher self fall into you, it was like, you know, when dogs do like a trust fall and they just like boop, fall back. That was exactly what my higher self did. It just went whoop and like went inside of
Ah.
me. That was insane. So thank you for that. It was beautiful.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And it's so cool how in such a short period of time we can get so much out of it. And that's such a profound journey that you went on. And thank you for the compliment of my voice. I always say if I had $1 for every time I heard that, I'd be super rich by now.
Well, you're doing the right thing. So I'm just glad that one, you chose yourself, because just from your story and like the dog attack, you could have gone down such a different road, but you
Mhm.
chose yourself and you keep choosing yourself because this work is not easy. It's not for the
Yeah,
weak. And you're holding space for so many people. So thank you.
thank you. Thank you. That means a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, when I say that's it, it always feels so validating. I was looking at all of you guys. I was watching you, those who are on camera anyway. Yeah, thank you, Terry. Good to see your face. I miss you.
I miss you too.
We'll have to catch up.
Yes, yes, I'll give you a ring.
Okay. I think it's also cool how each breathwork experience is super different, tingling in my cheeks and at the top of my head, and this time, which hasn't happened before. So just trying to write them all down, each experience. Yes. Leslie, do you mind if did you experience a tetany this time?
Sorry, I don't know how to work this freaking phone. Can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah, this time it was interesting because like I think it was shorter, obviously, than the ones that we've done before. So maybe that's why, because I don't really feel that until almost like the very end of like the like longer ones. So maybe that's why. But I did start to feel like a little bit of tingling in my fingers, but it was so minimal compared to usual. It actually like moved up here this time, which I've
Mm.
never felt before. So it literally felt like someone. It was so freaking weird. I wanted to tell you when I see you on Thursday, but it was like at the top of my head. It felt like someone was just sitting like that
I'm
over
just
and over
tapping you.
again. Yeah, and I was like, stop, I'm trying to focus. But it was interesting because it really felt like this entire area was tingling, but like in a okay way. Like all the other times have been a little scary for me, or have been like I have to like stop panicking, you know. But like this one was very different, and it was also just like a different part of my body, which was cool to experience. So I'm just trying to like every time we do this, I try to like write it down to see what I experience, to see if it ever like does it again in the future, or if it's like I'm like evolving or something like as time goes on.
Well, cool. I'm glad it wasn't as intense, and I'm excited to chat more about it on Thursday. Yeah. Leslie. No, not Leslie. Lisa. Lisa. Thank you. I lost you right at the end. Not sure what happened. Lisa, were you able to finish the breathwork part before we lost you? Maybe we still lost you. Hi, Tiana. There's your face. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording. Yes, okay. Let me stop the recording real quick.